The apartment breathes in silence after another midnight rain. Street lights flicker through the curtains like old memories again. I walk slowly through the hallway, past your leash beside the door. Funny how a quiet absence can fill a room much more. Still leaving the light on tonight, like you still know the way home. Soft jazz playing low beside me while I sit here alone. The city keeps moving without us, cars fade into the dawn. But somewhere inside this silence, I'm still leaving the light on. Your water bowl beside the kitchen still catches morning sun. Some habits never really leave us, even after someone's gone. The old LP keeps softly turning, tiny cracks between the songs, and every note feels like a whisper, saying love still lingers on. Still leaving the light on tonight for the little soul I knew. Every rainy window reflection still somehow looks like you. Muted trumpets in the distance, warm piano carrying through. This quiet room keeps holding pieces of afternoons with you. Maybe grief is just another way love refuses to disappear. Living softly in the ordinary, long after you were here. Still leaving the light on tonight, though the years may slowly fade, because some hearts keep shining gently inside the love they made. And every late night jazz confession, every lonely avenue feels a little less empty, because I once had you. like an old black and white film. The hallway lamp is glowing softly, but the house feels colder still. Your leash is hanging by the doorway, exactly where it used to stay. And every stormy evening lately feels unfinished in some way. Rain outside, empty leash inside, late night jazz and city lights. I still pause beside the doorway every single night. The clouds keep drifting over rooftops, cars move slowly through the blue, but nothing in this rainy silence feels complete without you. The elevator hums downstairs like it always used to do. Around this time we'd walk together, just me and you. Your little paws across the pavement, the sound I miss the most. Now every rainy street in midnight feels like a gentle ghost. Rain outside, empty leash inside, soft trumpet crying low, old records turning through the darkness like they already know. The apartment holds your memory in every quiet room, and even storms feel lonelier without you here to move through. Maybe love becomes the echo of routines we used to share, living softly in the silence long after no one's there. Rain outside, empty leash inside, another midnight passing slow, still hearing footsteps in my memory, down roads we used to know. And every jazz note drifting gently across this lonely room keeps your small and faithful spirit walking with me through. The city's getting quiet slowly, neon fading into rain. I still reach for my old jacket, like nothing's really changed. Your collar used to jingle softly by the elevator door. Funny how the smallest echoes stay with us the most. One more walk before midnight, through these sleepy streets again. Soft jazz drifting from the windows, like an old familiar friend. Every corner holds a memory, every traffic light feels blue. I still walk these rainy avenues as if I'm walking with you. Convenience store lights are glowing under cloudy summer skies. The old cashier still looks around, like he expects your eyes. The park bench near the river still catches midnight breeze, and somewhere in this quiet city, you still walk beside me. One more walk before midnight, slow footsteps after dark, muted trumpets through the headphones, keeping rhythm with my heart. The world keeps turning without warning, seasons fade and move on through, but every late night road feels softer, because I once had you. Maybe love becomes a pathway we continue walking on, even after one small heartbeat has already gone. One more walk before midnight, before another lonely dawn. Old records waiting back at home, still quietly spinning on, and every jazz note in this city, every silver streetlight hue, makes this sleepless midnight journey feel less empty without you. There's a quiet space beside the lamp where your shadow used to be. Every night the room grows softer, wrapped in old melodies. The couch still holds a little warmth, or maybe it's memory. I keep looking over slowly, like you're still watching me. The couch where you used to sleep feels bigger now somehow. Late night jazz and city lights still keeping me up now. I hear the rain against the window, the vinyl turning low, and in the silence of this midnight I still miss you so. The hallway feels a little longer since your footsteps disappeared. Morning coffee tastes much quieter without you waiting here. Some nights I almost say your name before the world comes into view. Funny how the smallest habits still belong to you. The couch where you used to sleep still faces the TV glow. Your favorite corner by the blanket refuses to let go. The trumpet cries so softly tonight, like it remembers too. Every note inside this lonely room still carries you. Maybe love becomes a feeling the furniture remembers well, living quietly in the corners where old memories dwell. The couch where you used to sleep will always keep your place, no matter how the seasons change or time begins to race, and every slow jazz record spinning under midnight blue makes this empty room feel gently a little less without you. Morning light across the counter, coffee cooling in my hand. The kitchen feels a little quieter than I ever thought it can. Your bowl still waiting by the doorway, like another day will start. Funny how the smallest objects can hold the heaviest heart. The bowl's still waiting in the kitchen, under soft fluorescent light. Old jazz records in the background, keeping company tonight. I know time keeps moving forward, like the rain beyond the glass, but some tiny pieces of love quietly refuse to pass. I almost filled it up this morning without even thinking twice. Some habits grow so deep inside us, they survive the loss of life. The refrigerator humming softly, the city waking far away, and me just standing in the silence, not quite ready for change. The bowl still waiting in the kitchen, beside the chair you knew. Every midnight jazz confession still somehow belongs to you. Muted trumpets through the darkness, warm piano drifting slow, and memories floating through this apartment like dust in golden glow. Maybe grief is love continuing after routines disappear, living quietly in ordinary things we used to hold so dear. The bowl's still waiting in the kitchen, though the seasons slowly turn. Some forms of quiet devotion never really stop or burn. And every soft late night melody, every vinyl spinning blue, makes this lonely little apartment feel connected still to you. Midnight leaning on the window, watching tired taxis pass, rain light dancing on the buildings like reflections from the past. Your sleepy eyes beside the curtain, your breathing soft and slow. Funny how the smallest evenings become the ones we hold. Midnight window, little memories floating through this quiet room. Old jazz records spinning softly under silver moon. Every ordinary moment now feels brighter in my mind. Love was never in the grand things, but the little daily kinds. The couch still holds the shape of evenings, where we listen to the rain, and every soft familiar silence calls your name again. The city hums beyond the glass now, restless as it's always been. But inside this lonely apartment, time moves differently. Midnight window, little memories, warm piano drifting low, muted trumpets through the darkness, like they somehow know the world keeps rushing through tomorrow. Cars disappear in blue, but all I really want tonight is one more night with you. Maybe memory is gentle, not because it doesn't ache, but because love keeps glowing softly long after heartbreak. Midnight window, little memories, vinyl crackle in the air, every note becomes a photograph of days we used to share. And every slow late night confession, every sleepless avenue keeps your quiet little spirit living gently through. Streetlights fading into gray. I said your name without thinking, like I still do every day. No answer in the quiet darkness, no footsteps down the hall, just the sound of distant thunder and old jazz through the wall. Your name in the quiet room still sounds warm somehow. Soft piano after midnight, keeping me here now. Every little memory lingers like smoke beneath the moon, and loneliness feels softer when I whisper you. Your blanket folded near the window still catches morning light. Sometimes I stop beside it slowly in the middle of the night. The city keeps its restless rhythm, neon rivers rolling through, but inside this small apartment, everything still leads to you. Your name in the quiet room, muted trumpet drifting low. Every note feels like a conversation only hearts can know. Old records turning through the silence, rain against the blue, and all these late night melodies still circle back to you. Maybe grief is just remembering with nowhere left to send all the quiet love we carried for a small and faithful friend. Your name in the quiet room will always stay alive inside the softest parts of me, where old memories survive. And every sleepless jazz confession, every midnight avenue feels a little less lonely when I still speak to you. I fell asleep beside the window while the rain came whispering down. Old records spinning through the darkness, softest lonely sound. And somewhere deep inside the midnight, I heard familiar feet, tiny footsteps crossing silence, like a memory returning to me. Soft paws in my dreams tonight, walking slowly through my heart. Warm jazz drifting through the shadows, like we're never far apart. For a moment, time stood still. Nothing broken, nothing gone, just you sleeping here beside me, until the early dawn. The city disappeared around us, no empty rooms to face, only quiet warmth and breathing, and your peaceful little face. I reached my hand out in the darkness, almost felt you there, like love still moves between the worlds through midnight air. Soft paws in my dreams tonight, muted trumpets crying low, every note feels like a doorway to the life we used to know. The vinyl crackle keeps on turning, rain like glowing blue, and somewhere deep inside this music I still run with you. Maybe dreams are where the heart goes when it misses someone dear, borrowing one more quiet moment to keep them near. Soft paws in my dreams tonight, before the morning comes. Old jazz records softly fading with the rising sun. And even when the dream is over, one feeling still stays true. Every quiet midnight inside me still belongs to you. The house is quiet after midnight, no tiny footsteps down the hall. The window rain keeps talking softly, but no one waits beside the door. Your little bed still by the sofa, your favorite toy still on the floor. I almost called your name this morning, like every other day before. Old records turning slowly tonight, warm jazz floating through the room. I still leave a little space beside me, like you'll come back soon. Some love never really leaves us, even when the world moves on. In the silence of this apartment, your heartbeat still lives on. The coffee's cold beside the vinyl, streetlights fading into blue. I walk the same old road at evening, still remembering you. No dramatic final goodbye, no perfect words to say, just quiet love inside the ordinary that never went away. Old records turning slowly tonight, soft horns crying low and warm. Every memory sounds like midnight after the storm. Some love never really leaves us, even when the lights grow dim. In this quiet room of shadows, I still talk to you again. Maybe somewhere past the rain clouds, past the lonely city lights, you are running free and weightless, sleeping peacefully tonight. Old records turning through the darkness, one more song before the dawn. You may no longer sleep beside me, but your love still carries on. And every late night jazz confession, every soft and gentle tune keeps your little spirit dancing inside this room. The night is settling on the city, streetlights fading one by one. Old records whisper through the silence, like the day is finally done. Your picture near the turntable catches soft amber light, and somehow this quiet apartment feels gentle tonight. Good night, my little friend. Sleep peacefully somewhere beyond. Soft jazz drifting through the darkness, like an old familiar song. You filled these empty years with warmth, more than words could ever say. And even now your quiet love still guides me through the gray. The rain has finally stopped falling, clouds are slowly moving on. I still hear echoes of your footsteps in the stillness before dawn. Every walk and every morning, every sleepy afternoon lives forever in these melodies under midnight moon. Good night, my little friend. Muted trumpets crying low, warm piano through the window, like the love we used to know. The world keeps turning without warning. Seasons come and disappear, but every late night jazz confession still feels like you are here. Maybe goodbye is not forever. Maybe love outlives the pain, living softly in our memories, like quiet midnight rain. Good night, my little friend. The vinyl slowing to an end. One last song inside this lonely room, for my faithful friend. And if somewhere beyond the silence you can hear